What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. XRP, the purpose of this video is to talk about where I think XRP is going to be by the end of this week, by the end of the month, and then also where we could expect to see the price being at the end of this move, which I do assume to be sometime in the middle, ending part of February. If you hear any annoying noises in the video, that's just my cat. That's just my cat. You probably can't see him. Let's see. Maybe you can. Yep, there he is, right there. Yep, that's him, right there. Yep, their cat tower is right there. You guys probably never knew that because I never really turned the camera that far sideways. But yeah, boom, there he is, boom. Okay, you can even see a little plant. There's a little plant. Oh, look at that. There's all kinds of stuff over here. You never knew that was over there. Anyways, XRP, you guys. We're going to get into it. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. That cat's name is Rafiki, by the way. He was feral, but now he is a lover. Anyways, $2.52 at the current moment. From the cycle high in 2017 to the cycle low that we had there in the bear market subsequently afterwards. The given targets that we have as far as what we could expect to see out of the end of this cycle would be anything between about $8.37, which I very much doubt that we stop there, to $13, and then even as high as $27 by the end of the cycle could be attained by XRP. It's very possible. And I do want to just say that. I mean, people might write this off because the market cap would be worth more than $1 trillion, but you guys, there will be other cryptos besides Bitcoin that see a $1 trillion and above market cap. I'm not saying XRP will do that this cycle. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying if there were to be any crypto that would be worth more than $1 trillion other than Bitcoin, I think that the only coin that's ever flipped Ethereum before might have that right or that chance, that opportunity. I'm assuming Ethereum does hit over $1 trillion as well, but XRP I think really could really could see those prices. So for anybody that hears me say $27 and that makes your ears bleed, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a possibility. If that hurts your ears, you got a problem with reality, because that is a possibility. It absolutely 100% it is, even without these targets there. But I think $13 around here, probably likely something not here. I doubt that we stop at the 1272. I doubt we stop somewhere in between the 1414 and the 1272. I doubt we hit this price, and I also doubt we hit the 1414. So what I'm saying is likely we stop somewhere in here by the end of the cycle. When's the cycle going to end for XRP? I don't know. It could be next month. It could be October. It could be November. My personal expectations are that the end of the cycle for XRP comes a month after the end of the cycle for Bitcoin comes. I think Bitcoin's cycle ends in October, which would subsequently put XRP's all-time high in November of this year. Yes, of this year. So I would expect that you have a pretty solid amount of time left in the cycle. Definitely have a lot of time left to grow. By the end of the week, though, that's the end of the cycle stuff. By the end of this week, a little bit switching the gears here, going to the more kind of short-term expectations. If we're looking at this on a daily RSI perspective, first and foremost, I like the higher lows that you got coming in here, higher lows there with some higher highs. It's almost like you're in this upward sloping trend, kind of. Even just relatively speaking, you've broken out of your downward sloping trend, this little like minor downtrend right here. So you have broken out of that, looking like you're finding a higher low here and looking to break above, not just above the 60, but above the overbought zone here, and seeing some stronger readings. Likely a move like this would get you away from this consolidation phase, and that would ignite your next move higher, which is not to an $8 price or a $13 price or anything above that. That's not what we were just discussing, but that would likely be, you know, something that's worth $4 more dollars, something around there, right? This when you ignite this next move, when you break out of this consolidation phase, which you're literally, it's like you're about to do it right now. Like if it's not today, man, if it's not within the next 18 hours, I would think by the end of this week, man. Let's see. Let's look at your 4 hour. Let's just see real quick. Hold on. Let's see. 4 hour time frame, because I'm trying to come up with an end of week price prediction, right? Okay, so here it is. Yeah, I'm somewhat confident in it. Not the utmost confident. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, it'll only be higher, though, I promise. But I think where you're going to be by the end of this week, maybe not at the weekly close, but I think at some point before this week ends in the next 6 days, 5 days and 18 hours technically, I think that you will be back around this current high. Something above 270, you're at 252, so something above 275, yet below $3. You could even be, by the end of this week, above this high. but I think you'll be likely something around 275, if not something around 285, somewhere in that range by the end of the week. Going into the end of the month, I definitely expect you'll be at new all-time highs. And then end of this move, which I assume to be in February, I would assume you're going to play off of last cycle's high to lows instead of the overall pattern high to lows. I would assume that you would probably stop anywhere from 313 to 641 by the end of February. The fact that you've consolidated right here above your last cycle's highs tells me you probably don't stop at the 1272. No, if you were going to stop there, you would have just gone there and you would have stopped there. But no, you didn't. You didn't even get there. So you consolidated before you break out. You're not just going to stop right there. I doubt that. If you did, that would be very bad for XRP. Okay, if you hit 331, you can't get above it, and you see prices back below 252, you should get out. You should get all of your XRP out of the markets. You should sell your grandma's XRP and anything that you can find that's XRP related, because that would be very bad. But I don't think it's going to happen. So you're probably not going to reject there. You're probably going to at least continue upwards to about 434, wherein lies our minimum given February target. So 434 is the minimum target. 641 is the maximum target. Kind of how I did with the all-time high predictions. I would say I don't expect you stop at this line. I don't expect that you hit this line. More so something in between. 641, 434, something in between there. If we take a relative high here from the midst of the cycle in July 23 to the low here in July of 2024, we stopped at the 2272, pulled back to the 1886. The next target legibly would be the 2618 here, which is in between the 1272 and the 1414. It's not where I would expect XRP to stop, but I'll give it. It is the next target. It's possible. The 2618 is at $3.86, so it is possible you could go there. At least, $1.30 higher is the given true expected minimum that I would have, right? Because I don't even accept this as a minimum, but this I could at least accept as a minimum. This would be not like a minimum growth. This would be like a sad rejection to death, right? So it's not a minimum target. We don't want it. We don't want that to be a minimum target. But let's see. Let's keep going. So the 2618 is just below there. The 2886 and the 3113, which would be the next targets above that, are encapsulated by the 1414 and the 1618. So something between, if we were to refine this range even more, I truly expect by the end of February, XRP will be worth about $4.90 to $6, $5.99. $4.90 to $5.99 specifically, somewhere in that range. And probably more likely than not, you'll be somewhere in this range, the 1618 to the 1414, but you'll probably more likely than not hit either this line or hit either this line by February 20th is what my expectations are. Maybe February 28th, right? But by the end of February is what I should say. But yeah, so that's all that. I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say, man. We've gone over so much. I feel like I got beside myself. I was talking about long-term stuff, and then I switched gears real quick. I don't know, man. Here's some bullish stuff, I suppose, right? First and foremost, breaking out of this pattern the way that you've broken out of it like this to me, it's very reminiscent of this over here. Now, I'm not expecting that you get that same move, right? I don't think XRP will be worth, what would that put you at overall? That put you off the charts, man. You're worth hundreds of dollars, right? I don't think that's going to happen by the end of this cycle, right? Maybe in time, but not by the end of this cycle, right? XRP is deflationary, so by that metric alone, technically, if with enough time given, XRP will only go to infinity, right? If the dollar keeps printing money, XRP keeps deflating itself, because it does every time you spend XRP, portions of it get, what's the word? It fractionalizes. What's the word? It fractalizes. It segments. It destroys itself. It burns itself every time it's spent in very small amounts, right? Very, very small amounts. But with that deflationary mechanism, along with the inflationary mechanism of the US dollar, in time, enough time given, XRP will only continue to grow, of course. But by the end of this cycle, trying to make the comparison of this move here to this move down here, I would say that we are just getting started. Again, I don't think that you're going to make this whole move in length, but I would say we're just getting started. I would even expect that XRP probably has a pause like this at some point after February. I think February, March, sometime in February going into March, April, you might consolidate for a few months, right? XRP, while it's the most exciting coin, XRP, XLM, HBAR are some of the most exciting coins right now that they're pumping the most out of the rest of the market. I think they might consolidate longer than the rest of the market, right? And they'll pump at the end. I think going into the last quarter of this year, going into Q3 and Q4, I think that they will pump as well. But I suspect that they might have a rather boring kind of last part of this cycle after this next move. It's going to be exciting. It's exciting right now. We're in the last part of the cycle right now, and it's very exciting. I just don't know how much sense that makes, right? I think we're going to break out. We're going to consolidate for months, and at the end of the year, we're going to pump up again with our finale move, because that's just kind of how XRP likes to do it, right? It doesn't do these gradual growths. It either moves at 100 miles an hour, and then it doesn't move at all, and then it moves at that same pace, right? So I doubt that we're going to get a gradual kind of growth throughout this year all the way up to this price. It's probably going to be more like we just move up, we complete this move now, consolidate for months, and then at the very end of the cycle, we have one last little hoorah. But I don't know, just a little perspective there, I guess, at the end there. But what I really want to focus on is the RSI, and we'll finish this video up. Okay, hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. The RSI being this overbought, we've only been this overbought once before, and again, that is reminiscent of this move over here. So again, comparing it to this, not to this, is, I think, very acceptable. If we take the relative high to low that you experienced here, this kind of consolidation phase, that initial move took you all the way up to your 1618. Okay, all the way up to your 2272 as well. Beautiful. Okay, so your 1618, 2886 at $19 there. I don't know, something to mention. From a high to a low here, your 1618 is all the way at $27. So I don't know if you quite hit $27, but maybe that's a possibility. That's a possible target. From a high to a low here, your 1618 is at $6. So you probably don't stop at $6 either. I don't know. I would assume this time around, even though we're comparing it to this, I don't think XRP goes to 27 bucks, but it certainly makes it more of a possibility with this in consideration. But really, the thing that I want to talk about with the monthly RSI is not just comparing it to this price action here, but the length of time that it took, right? Not the amount of price that it grew, but the length of time that it took. So from the first month that you got overbought, which was here, to the last month that you stopped growing, right, your all-time high, which is 10 months later, if we took that into consideration from this month here and we just drew out 10 months from there, you know, it's possible that XRP's cycle end could be in September of this year, 2025. I'm expecting it to be later personally, but I don't know, just off of that metric alone, maybe that gives you a little bit of a time frame, something to work with. If anybody's thinking that XRP is going to top soon, maybe just consider, you know, the amount of time that we can not only stay overbought on the monthly, but what it meant to us last time that we did get this overbought on the monthly. We basically stayed bullish for basically a year, right? 10 months right there. If you go to the low, you got 12 months. So it's like basically a year. And if it is only 10 months from whenever we started this, that would imply then that September is our high. But I don't know if it would be September personally. I think that it'll be probably November, but time will tell. I got nothing else for you guys. I'm rambling at this point. End of month, I'm expecting XRP to be at new all-time highs. End of week, I think it'll be between, it's at 252 now, 275 to 285, somewhere in there. And then end of move, end of February, probably mid-February, late part of February is what I'm thinking. XRP will likely be worth anywhere from like 380 at a minimum to likely something that's above $4, even above $5, even as high as $6 on that given target. Probably likely below 6, but above like 440. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.